Hey, what up, guys? Welcome back. Episode 6 here at Fast Friends. Stoked on our guest today. I've been a longtime fan of this guy. He's always been someone I've looked up to and always held at a high level in the sport of motocross, and just the way he carries himself in life. And Jeff, I know that you've known him for quite a while. And
had some experience with the man, Ryan Hughes.
Ryan Hughes, Rhino, welcome.
Well, thank you. Glad to be here. Like I said, I've been friends with you guys for a long time. You know, known you probably since, I don't know, probably been pissing your pants or whatever.
Yeah.
And so,
couple years
long
ago.
time. And so that's why I come on to the podcast.
Appreciate that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always been fun hanging out with you, dude. Every time I've encountered or had the experience to be hanging out with you, we've always had a good time.
Mm-hmm. And yes, this is Reposado Tequila.
Reposado.
So don't think that it's something good for you. Well, it is good.
It's good for you. It's made from plants.
It's made from aloe. You know,
Yeah.
it's clean.
It's good for your skin.
We were talking, but where did you grow up at? Where are you from?
I was born in Escondido.
So around here?
Yeah, just
right on.
Just right up here. Born and raised in Escondido, and then moved to Temecula when I was probably 21. But I've been traveling the world since I was 15. You know, I never went to high school or anything like that, so I've never been kind of like domesticated or kind of like taught how to be or how to think.
Yeah, like
Just-
on that
just
schedule.
living.
Yeah, so I've just like life has been my school, life has been my teacher, life has been my kind of my home. You know, so it's like I don't know. I fit. You know, I'm here, but I fit in everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? You know, so it's kind of cool.
Like, what type of kid would you say that Ryan Hughes was?
He was a mean bastard, I'll tell you that. Holy shit, man. What I can remember is that I don't know what it was, man. I just, like my mom said, I came out angry.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was. I just, you know, I was a sweet kid, you know. If I felt comfortable with you, then you got my sweetness. But other than that, I fought every day. You know, I'd fight every single day. It didn't matter. People older than me, younger than me, my same age, my brother's friends, you know, just
Whoever
my mom
wants
would
to
warn my brother's friends, just don't mess with Brian. Don't mess with Brian. They think it was yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they'd come over and we'd come over and play, and they started doing something, and then my mom would, you know, get my brother's friends and be like, hey, just don't mess with Brian. Okay?
Yeah, don't poke the bear.
Just don't mess with them. And like, why? And like, just whatever. You know, 10 minutes later, here they come crying. Ryan hit me, and she goes, "I told you." You know, so I don't know, just always had that, and I didn't. I probably would have went down the wrong road if I didn't find motocross. You know, because that was such a huge outlet for me. Because I have so much energy, I have so much passion, I have so much, kind of fight in me that sport is just like perfect for it.
Yeah.
And if I don't have that something, you know, now is much different, but back then, if I don't have something to be so passionate about or, tuned into and that, then you're going to be looking for something else. You know, you're going to be looking for something to fill that thrill or fill that void. And that's what happens when you get done with this. You know, those are problems.
Yeah.
What age did you start riding and then start racing or like thinking about it?
Yeah, I rode motorcycles maybe when I was like 6, 7, whatever, just, even before that, motorcycles, 3-wheelers and stuff. And then I was really good on a 3-wheeler. So my mom and dad bought me a 250R 3-wheeler when I was in 4th grade. Dude, 4th grade. 250R 3-wheeler, the most dangerous fucking thing you could ever buy anybody. And they bought that for me. No problem. And I just rode it by myself. They didn't just, gone. I say, see you later, Mom. Yeah, in 4th grade. And I just go bomb all the hills and stuff and bomb the fire roads. And, dude, I was good.
Yeah.
Fucking, I would scare the crap out of my friends on the back. Then this and that. But I always played football, baseball, and soccer. I was good at soccer. Played football. I really wanted to be a professional football player because I was good at it. And then my brother raced a bit for about 3 years. And then he stopped because my dad had to work a lot. Then he started racing again. And then they're like, hey, do you want to race? And I was like, I didn't want to race. I was scared. I want to play football. Then they got me out at Verona Oaks on Saturday. And I remember laying in my dad's truck just crying, no, Dad, I don't want to go out, and he got me out in practice. Went out in practice and fell over, and some guy in a bigger bike helped me up. And I was like, oh wow, these guys are nice, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And because I was a really shy kid. Like my mom doesn't even know who I am right now. You know, like she's like, you were so shy when you were younger, you know.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, so then the next day we raced. I won my first 6 motos that I ever raced. I started in 1984 on a 9 to 11 beginner. 1988, I was 125 250 pro. 1990, I finished 5th in my first national. So 6 years from starting racing to finish 5th in your first national.
Yeah, it was a pretty quick thing.
It's just so fast. But it's because I had this. If I didn't have that passion that I had, that drive that I have, that almost like that fucking toughness that I was born with, it had to come out somewhere, you know. And it was just a perfect thing for it. And
how wild is it that you were because I have the same feelings of being. I love to ride my dirt bike, and once we got to the track and there was other bikes and it was time to go out for practice, like terrified. Let's go home. What is that, do you think? And then because once you break through that, it's like you don't look back.
Yeah. Well, I think it's the unknown.
Yeah,
it's just the unknown. I mean, it's such a violent sport, such a dangerous sport. It's such a, you know, it's like, and then you see all these guys and everybody's better than you think until you go out there and you actually go, oh, I'm pretty good, you know. So again, you know, if it's just playing catch, well, nobody's going to be, everybody, oh, yeah, cool. But people are jumping and going fast and the noise and you've crashed before and, you know, and all these things. So I think there's much more of a, a fear of getting into that. That's why anybody's going to be, you know, back. But once you get into it and you see how fun it is, the exhilaration, even if you're not good or you're better than you thought. So that, you know, brings a lot more kind of motivation to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so it's like we're constantly shutting off that switch of like most people would just throw them into that situation. They're just like, dude, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
You know, but we're just so used to it, or, you know, especially.
Yeah. I mean, in the beginning, you're not used to it because you jump in the motocross, but now after you get into it and you do it for a while, then put anything else in front of us and we're like, yeah, let's do it. You know, like the first time we went snow skiing, never snowed ski before. And it was myself, Mike Craig, maybe Baderman, I don't know, just, you know, all these guys at that time. And we went up to Mountain High or Snow Summit, whatever it was, and we're going to go skiing. So we rented skis, got there, and they're like, you guys ever skied? And we're like, no. And like, well, the Bunny Hill's over there. I'm like, no, dude, we're motocrossers, man. Fuck. So we got on the ski lift all the way to the top.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
all
the top.
Double black diamond.
What it was up there, I don't know. We just got off, and we go, what's the one that goes all the top? All the way top. We get off, and every single one of us got off because we never skied before, just crashed. Bam! You know, just getting off the ski lift. We're laughing. You know, okay, get back up. We're just crashing all over the place. Time we get to the bottom. Whoo, okay. You know, and we got it. But it's just like, once you, again, it's levels. Once you have experienced this, then anything under it is less than.
Yeah, the learning curve gets
and that's shorter. How anything in life is, you know. Money, you make this much money. Now, if you make this less money, it's nothing, right? And same with drugs, same with sex, same with everything. It's just, you get to levels, man. Everything under that starts to become monotonous, and it's just how we work.
Yeah, you get a 10, it's hard to go back to a 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
It
takes a lot of reposado.
It takes a lot of reposado, man. You got to have fun, like, no tear-offs.
no
tear-offs, dude, yeah.
Just tinted
goggles. So that's what my rule is, like, whoever comes in your life, make sure that you always up that, or you're going backwards. You know? So if you have a mate in your life, make sure it's better than the one you had, or don't get one.
Level up.
Leave it. You know, level up. And that takes you leveling up, you changing your way, you changing maybe your appearance, you changing your outlook, you know, all these different things. Because again, it's, if you need to level up, well, then you need to level up yourself to bring on that next person or the next job or the next situation, right?
Yeah.
You know, everybody's just waiting for that next great thing to come to them, or they should have it because, no, well, why didn't you meet it halfway? You know, oh, I should have this type of chick. Well, yeah, but no.
Yeah, what do you?
Why?
Yeah, dude, no.
How's that hat today, dude? Border Patrol.
Yeah, you know, you got to support what's important right now, and what's important right now is our borders, right? So, I just thought I'd roll it around.
That's
cool. Everybody's afraid to support anything anymore, so you know, our borders are what's important. Yeah, you know, this country's made on this and this made on that, but it needs to be. You know, it needs to be, you know, policed, I guess. It has to have some kind of order to it. And when it doesn't have order, well, then, you know what's going to be happening. So, I think this whole world should just be fucking open anyways, right? Just like we can go anywhere, but just is the way it is. So,
Yeah.
you gotta do it right. Don't really care I really don't care to get into those topics, but
Who's your favorite rider, or you can like break down like your favorite rider you've worked with, the most talented. You don't have to say your least favorite, but you can if you want to.
I would say I guess the person I like to work with the most, I don't know. I would have to say Austin,
Yeah.
just at the tracks,
Mhm.
I don't hang out with anybody, outside the tracks or anything like that. So
Mhm.
I don't want that relationship with anybody. I don't want it really a friendship.
Yeah.
I'm here to coach you.
Smart.
I'm here to get you better. I'm here to show you a way.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have somebody to backtalk because they can, because we're friends now.
Yeah.
But off the track, if you need my help, if you're this, if you're that, I'm there to mentor you or whatever, but not really there to, wipe your ass and make you sandwiches.
Yeah.
The most talented, I'd say probably Jason Lawrence,
Mhm.
just when he was on, he was fucking on. And so
Speaking of that Jason Lawrence thing,
Yeah.
him and I were obviously
yeah.
Roommates.
Yeah.
during that time.
Yeah, exactly. So
It was one of those things, and I don't know who it was that kind of even steered him in the direction, or if you and him just talked one day, or what had happened. But the way I always thought about it, and I've sent other people your way, like Talon Hawkins,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
there's probably a few others that I just say, like, I'm like, if I was in a situation where I had to be as badass as I could on the dirt bike, like, I'm just going to go to Rhino and be like, help me out. Like, whatever it is, like, let's figure it out. And I feel like I watched Jason do that with you. He came in and you kind of like tightened it up as much as you could and won that championship. And
well, I think
the
biggest thing is just getting, it's all of us. It's when you hear someone speak and you have trust in what they say, that's all it is, right? If someone comes into your work or your life or whatever, and they have something to say and that makes sense, it rings to what you need to hear, well, then you start to trust it, you start to listen to it, you start to follow it, right? Because everybody has something they need to hear. It can be the same message, but somebody could be saying it differently. That's just like all this religion, right? It's the same message. It just comes in a different color and a different sound.
Different
You know what I mean?
ring,
But
yeah.
but everybody, they want to pick each one. And that's the thing, is if you pick, as a spiritual master, if you pick each one of them, but deny the other ones, well, you're denying the fucking message.
Yeah.
You're denying it. The message is love, but you're denying it. So it's just like a motorcycle. All the motorcycles are built for the same thing, to go fast. But they just have different colors and different sounds. But each one of them works a little bit different for each person.
Yeah.
Like the Honda works for me, for some reason, right? So that's what you got to find out, is what rings true to you, and then you follow it, right?
Yeah, I would see you guys a lot of communication, like even in practice and stuff. I obviously was watching Jason pretty close during this time, like thinking like, God, I want to see him win this championship. It's all we talk about,
Yeah.
And I would always see him like looking at you and like practice, like you'd be in the stands and he'd be like hand signals, like you guys were super in tune
Yeah.
with like what needed to happen and all that.
Yeah, it's the same thing
fun.
with myself and Austin, It's when I talked, his bike, he turned his bike off and his eyes went glued to me. And it's because after what you say starts ringing true time after time after time after time after time after time, they can't help but to not listen to you, right? Because they don't want to miss anything.
Yeah.
And I'm not throwing out bullshit. I'm not throwing out stuff that I used to do just because I'm stuck on myself.
Yeah.
And so, because I'm not trying to get anything out of it. It's like, what can I give to you? Mm-hmm. If you go into a situation of what can I give, you're going to get everything you want, son. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing in life and relationships and everything, is just go in there. What can I give? Because when you start giving that situation what it needs, is that passion, that's intensity, or is that focus, or is that creativity, or is that love, or is that whatever the hell it is, whatever that situation needs, you go into it with that. You're getting back what you truly want. But if you're going into it trying to get something, well, then you're not going to probably, truly get what you want back.
Yeah,
That
even
makes
when
sense.
It makes sense. Yeah,
when I would ride with you and stuff back in the day, you didn't want nothing from me except for me to be better.
Yeah.
And to just like hit my potential. And like you like that this was so long ago. We'd bust motos, and you'd critique, like, you'd just, like, you know what I mean? Like, you were...
He
like,
helped you out for a while, was training you or
yeah,
something?
basically, like, helping me out quite a bit. Not training me.
Fucking didn't work.
Moto...
Fucking didn't work.
Hey, I won the amateur...
Oh, that's when you probably had you were battling with that hearing problem, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, my head was stuck up my ass.
You're a little bit deaf, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that when you got gave him the nickname Jessica?
Do you remember Jessica, dude, at the
Jessica,
practice track?
Jessica.
Yeah, I was super pumped on that.
Yeah, Jessica.
Old Jeff, yeah, Jessica.
Your dad loved that, dude. Oh,
Everyone did.
He ate that shit up.
Yeah, I was the only one that didn't like it.
Yeah,
very
you didn't
much.
really like that one.
No, but
No, yeah.
turned out, you know,
Nah, just again, that's
you're a great motivator.
No, that's the only thing that. But that's how I go into everything. I don't, it's like.
Yeah.
I just try to show up.
No, but you didn't have to friggin' give me the time of day. But like you were training for the nationals and shit.
Oh yeah.
Taking 10 minutes out of your practice session to tell me what a bitch I was, and like I appreciated it though. I won a lot of races.
Yeah, but at that time I was at such a
you were pretty.
No, I was at such a
you were at a lean level
mindset that it was just like it's this or nothing,
Yeah.
Now it'd be so much more critiquing, but you'd probably get the same.
Dude, you would make me, Tyler Keefe, and the whole Red Bull KTM team line up staggered in front of you.
Oh,
and
yeah?
you just come by one, just ruin all of us.
Yeah.
You wouldn't stop until you passed the first.
Yeah.
Dude, it was gnarly.
Yeah.
But it was fun to watch the intensity and get to experience all that in first person. Like,
yeah, I never.
The Rhino.
Oh, yeah?
Like when you were in full mode.
Yeah, see, for me, it's
gnarly.
like I don't even, it's almost like a dream to me.
Yeah.
So when people say that to me, it's like, really? Like
yeah.
I was that way?
It was like that, yeah.
I was that intense, because now it's just.
Dude, if anybody pulled off.
Dude, I do yoga, man.
Bro, we weren't allowed to pull off. It was like Metcalf and Josh Woods and like these gnarly racers. You were in charge, dude. None of us were allowed to pull off before you pulled off.
Yeah.
You were until the last guy, you passed the guy that took off first. Everyone stays out there.
Yeah, so I wasn't I wasn't racing, was I? I was racing, but I wasn't racing nationals or anything.
So you were somewhere in your KTM days.
Yeah.
And you were 120.
Oh,
125.
I think I was doing.
The Troy Lee Rhino helmet had just come out.
Yeah.
I had one myself.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was that year.
Huh. Okay, so it was like 90 or 2003, 2004.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were going for it. But
I didn't know I helped I didn't know I helped people then.
You were just
not help
touching
like
all kinds of people.
You were helping. You were what we were looking at as the standard of what we all needed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether you realize that or not.
No, I just did my thing, man.
Yeah. Well, your thing was gnarlier than everyone else's thing. So that's why it was.
See, that's the whole deal is that, who I was then is so much different than who I am now or the way I portray or go about motocross. Mm-hmm. It's like a completely different. Like
it seemed like it used to be.
It's like you put like 5 gallons of water on me. You know what I mean? It's like because after a while, the sport is so blinded to the way that it's going or what it's truly about. Everybody's still stuck on heart rates and lap times and this and that. And motocross isn't about fitness. It isn't about isn't really about effort. It's a dance, man. It's a dance. It's completely different now. It's all about technique. It's all about approach and all about, almost having a dance on the motorcycle, being so much softer. Yeah. And your focus has to be so much in a different point now because of the speeds of it. So again, a fitness thing was so big in our day because we had to ride a 125, 250 as fast as we could from gate drop to checkered flag. You couldn't rely on the motorcycle, right? Things were happening a little bit slower. This and that. You could override the motorcycle, hang on to it, pound it out. Well, now the bikes are so fast, they're heavier, they have so much more inertia, things are happening quicker. So if you do not ride the motorcycle the way it's been designed to ride it, well, then you're going to be slower automatically. You're using more energy automatically. So the biggest thing to do is to learn how to ride these motorcycles properly. You've gained more speed and you've gained more fitness, right? Mm-hmm. Then you got to find those lines of what's too much and too little. And so when you have these motorcycles that are going at these speeds now, well, then you need to be more in a better technical position, have to have more of an approach, need to be more present because things are happening so much quicker because of the speeds. It's not because of the riders. No, it's not riders. It's the bikes. You know, because
They
Jeff
are
Ward,
so gnarly.
No, because Jeff Ward, Rick Johnson, Jeremy McGrath will still be the same at this point. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe not as dominant just because, I don't know, maybe not, you know, because again, everybody back then did the same thing too. So you can't say that, oh, now everybody's so much closer. No, everybody trained hard.
Yeah.
Everybody fucking did motos. Everybody tested. Everybody did everything, you know? So you can't say that, you know, you can't say that, oh, because now everybody's so much closer that it's so much better, or it's tighter competition.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just think that, I think actually the tracks are, well, I think it's closer competition because the bikes are so much better that when you make a mistake, you don't have to pay for the mistake.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
The
You make a mistake, you get right back up and do the double.
Yeah.
Well,
You
and
know
the
what I mean?
suspension's so good that
The
they're
bikes
like
are
so forgiving.
the bikes are so much better than our days that when you did make a mistake, you paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at back in the 90s, it would look like a bunch of puppy dogs playing on each other just because that's what we were around the whole track.
Yeah.
This guy's stuffing, this guy's coming underneath. We're jumping and bouncing off each other.
Yeah.
Now the speeds are so much, they have to follow, then pass,
And then, like,
follow,
zap the guy.
then pass.
Yeah.
You can't come in this corner, stuff this guy, do this guy cased it, come over and stuff this guy.
Yeah.
Go through the whoops and just pound it because
Yeah.
you've got a good line and because these guys are slowing down on the two strokes and you got a good entrance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, there was so many ways, much more ways to pass. Right now, there's only certain parts of the track that you can pass and have to wait for somebody to make a kind of a big mistake because they can get out of it so quick because the bikes are so fast.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Momentum, all that kind of stuff. It's not as much of a
yeah. So I think
factor.
the approach to it's much different. It's more of a dance, it's more of a, to me, almost more of a yoga approach to it now than it is a triathlon approach. You know
It's
what I'm saying?
more of like connecting the dots and just placing everything perfectly and like having the right tempo in your mind, your body, and all that.
Yeah,
I get
because
what you're
again, you
saying.
can come into a corner now, and use a 450 and not even really have to use too much energy because you don't see guys coming off the track now just completely just whipped.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really see that.
Everybody's just fresh. So the thing is that, and maybe because they didn't have to hold their breath as much because 250s and you're two strokes, you're casing shit and popping and it's bogging and I don't know. It's different. I can get.
You are a lot. You were a lot more in tune with like more things because of the carburetor and the bike running good and all those different things where the bikes are just so good now that
125s you had to ride it like a surgeon.
Yeah.
You had to ride it like a surgeon. You had to be so perfect because if you stuffed that corner, you missed up your exit.
The next
if you shifted too soon, then it dogged down. If you didn't shift quick enough, then you're over revving. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So nowadays you don't have to be as precise because I've went back and rode a 125 after riding four strokes for a while ago, and I was blown away by how much focus it took. Mm-hmm. So that's what I would do if I had a rider again, I would make him ride a 125 on days just to try to get that focus.
Yeah.
Just to get that focus. Nothing else. The bike isn't going to teach you shit.
Yeah.
The only thing what we're looking for is that focus because you got to be so precise. Mm-hmm. And now can we take that precision off from this and bring this to this big bike? Because the more precise you are, the faster you go. Because that's where, if you saw my videos, where I feel Jet is where he's a little bit better than everybody, is just that he's behind everybody because he's not trying to go fast. He's feeling what fast is. So if I'm feeling what fast is, I'm at my tires, I'm at my gears, I'm at my brakes, I'm at all these things, you know what I mean? I'm at my arms, I'm at my eyes looking ahead, all that stuff. That's what feeling fast is. Going fast is just going. Yeah. And then bouncing off shit and maybe over revving and not using the right gear and all that. So just like with Daytona, if Eli maybe wouldn't use the clutch so much, he maybe would have been a little bit faster. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because anytime you pull the clutch in, that bike's going nowhere. All right? And momentum, if you break traction, you lose momentum. You pull the clutch in, you lose momentum. And so this is what Jet's really good at. You don't see him abuse any controls. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of people don't have control of the controls that are controlling the motorcycle. Like even pros, you know what I mean? They don't have that feel, that finesse with it. And so those little things can make, a big difference.
Yeah, when you see him like almost letting the bike do what it's meant to do. not fighting it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like a technician at letting the
you
motorcycle.
you can let the bike do what it needs to do when you're in that right position to allow it.
Yeah.
But when you're in that wrong position, and even just 2 millimeter, a couple millimeters with the knees bending forward, you're in the wrong position. Well, now you're going to be more affected from whatever that bike does. So if you're in this proper position and every joint on that body moves the way it should be moving, and the body's stabilizing the body how it should be, and balanced in points where it should be, well, now whatever that bike does is not going to affect you as much.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm flat-footed, my knees are bent, and da-da-da-da-da-da, well, now whatever that bike does, even to the slightest thing, you'll be affected, right?
Yeah.
And so, again, your speed technique creates speed, not fitness. Fitness just creates speed for a duration of time, but technique creates speed, bottom line.
Yeah.
And that's what I only talk about with people, and that's the only thing I always focus on is efficiency and technique, because that's where we're going to get speed. What the fuck does it matter how fit you are if you can't even become close to getting top 3 or winning?
Yeah.
Oh, I just finished a race and I didn't get tired, and
I got 18th,
well,
I didn't get
congratulations,
tired.
you're 50 seconds behind first place. So what the fuck are we going to have to do to get 50 seconds? How hard are you going to have to train?
Yeah, a lap.
Right? No. So I could care less about someone's fitness. I want to see how you ride this motorcycle. And how you ride this motorcycle is how I'm going to make you faster, without fitness and all this bullshit. So there's 2 things that I focus on. One is technique, and 2 is mindset. Those are the 2 things those are the ingredients.
Yeah.
Those are the ingredients. How you ride the motorcycle, and where is your mind, but where's your mindset?
Well,
Right? Those are the 2 biggest things that I focus on with Austin and anybody else, and that's why I make everybody that I work with faster, because I'm looking at those ingredients that make that tree grow, not just watering the fucking leaves like everybody else is, wearing a heart rate monitor in the
Watering the leaves.
heart rate monitor in yoga or taking a shit. I'm like, do you got to know what your heart rate is 24/7? Why? So your trainer can just plug it into the computer and tell you what your your program is tomorrow?
Yeah.
They have no creativity. They're not watching you. They're not feeling you. They're not sensing what you're doing on the bike and in life and in training.
Yeah.
That's what a coach should be doing. He should be able to be sensing you.
Speaking about Austin, you just mentioned Austin. How is Austin doing?
He's doing good. Yeah, he's doing good. Just, like say he's bummed, and it's like a death, It's like a death when you put your whole life into something and it stops instantly like that, and especially in a situation like that.
Yeah.
But, I haven't really talked to him too deep. Just we've talked a bit, and that's about it. So he's just healing up right now, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate deal. I don't know. Yeah. I saw it come through the feed the other day or something, but it was like a crash reel of Austin, just like over the years, right? And obviously he's had it year after year, and I'm just like, man, what is that? Why is that? Because he's so good.
Yeah.
Even like the thing, like say that happened in was it Dallas with Jet, where he like hit him in the air?
Yeah,
it's like it
wasn't
really his fault.
He's had some things just happen to him, and the same thing. I've had things happen to me that were kind of like unexplained, but
it's just like such a fine line or something. Like, what is it?
There's not a fine line. Yes, there's a fine line. It's a fine line. There's a fine line with Jet, and there's a fine line with Ricky, and fine line with Jeremy, and they never got hurt. This and that, so to speak. It's just, what is your road? What is your road? Your road's going to be completely different than somebody else's road.
Yeah.
And so you get all into this weird shit, but we come down here to do something. Everybody is always asking, what did you come down here for? And then we ask ourselves, well, why are we here? Well, what do you do every fucking day? You learn and you grow.
Yeah.
So some people need to learn quicker. Some people have other, destinations to be, because, if we're not just this, you know what I mean? There's so much more. So that's his road, and maybe his road has bigger teachings, bigger lessons, for him to grow and be something more, even more than motocross. Because that's where I feel that, well, my past has made me so much more than motocross. It's like motocross is secondary, except from me teaching it. Like you look at other guys in this sport, they're still only motocross. Mm-hmm. That's all they have to hang on to, that because they haven't, their life hasn't tested them or humbled them enough to allow another side of them to come out or see life in a different way. And so with somebody that has a hard road, a tough road, you're going to see a different side of them come out, just like you're seeing with Adam Cincerello. He's becoming so much more kind of deeper, so much more explaining him. You know what I mean? Because his career is almost going to be done. He's had a hard road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it. You know what I mean? Either, when life humbles you, you have two ways to go. You go this way or you go that way. And that's the thing. That's how life works is, what do you want to say? God, life. It doesn't have voices. It speaks in situations. Here's your situation. We're the only creature with free will, so we get to be able to take it and do whatever they want with it, because that's all life is fate and free will. And fate is what happened to Austin. Fate. You had no control of it. Fate. Written in the books. Whatever the fuck.
Yeah, that's just what was going to go. Yeah.
Now, you have free will. How are you going to deal with this?
Mm-hmm.
You going to say, poor me? Or, what did I learn from this?
Yep.
There's only a few people that, life sprinkles that fairy dust on them. And, like a Jeremy, a Ricky, a Villapoto, a Jetta, and maybe Stephen Everts, right? These people, they have a little fairy dust on them.
Everything seems to just work out.
But again,
But they've all been through stuff too.
But and everybody, again, they have that, but everybody has to deal with their shit. Everybody has to deal with another side, And for me, I would much rather be the person I am now than be a multi-time champion. Because how much I can resonate with people, how much I can tune into people, how much I can almost like help people.
Yeah.
It's so much more gratifying than telling everybody, hey, man, why don't you come to my house? Oh, yeah, I get to come to my house. Why? Oh, because I want to show you my trophy room. So that they come to my house, open up this door to see a trophy room. Right? Mm-hmm. Nobody's going to fucking know.
Yeah.
Right? So, I would rather be the person that has so much more to share with people because of my hard road, because of my challenges, because of being humbled.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
that's so valuable. Much more fulfilling is to be able to share with somebody than to show off to somebody.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so many of these guys in this sport are just still hanging on to that fucking name, man. It's disgusting. I'm sorry. Yeah. I ain't going to say names, but...
No, I'm doing it. I'm sorry. It's me.
No, but
I'm
just...
joking. I'm saying it's
yeah,
me.
it's you.
I'm holding on to it.
Yeah, no, I just... Like I say, there's so much more people, riders can do to the sport instead of just still try to make money out of it, off it.
Yeah.
It's like, didn't you do enough? Didn't you make enough? You're still trying to make money off? You're still trying to have all the sponsors that should be for these kids?
30-year-olds in the 250 class. Thoughts?
I think the 250 class is a 250 class now. It shouldn't be a thing because there's not. Well, maybe it can be once more factories come in. Once Ducati comes in and these comes in, now there's going to be so much more places for these kids to go. Because again, why do you think these top riders are the way they are? Because there's not anybody in this world that can fucking do the sport, man. Yeah. It's a special person that can do the sport at that level and for that duration of time.
Yeah.
It's a special person, and most people think motocrossers are stupid. Nah, man, I have a friend that's an absolute monk. He's trained thousands of monks, and he goes, you guys have no idea. He goes, you motocrossers are monks. He goes, the focus that it takes, and the ability to shut off your fear and your emotions and all this. He goes, monks study for 60 years to be able to do that, and you guys can do that every single day. So again, and that's why I feel that these guys stay for so long is because there's so many that come up, but then they start to fizzle out, and there's only like a few of them that come up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then getting to that level is a whole nother set of pressure. So, and nowadays, if these kids don't grow some balls, man, the top guys are gonna be 50 fucking years old, man.
I think it'd be cool to talk about your place in Palomar and have you tell us about that and like what made you like how long have you lived up there and like what it's like up there. I think I'd really like to go up there. How there's like we've all been like a lot of places and went and experienced a lot of things. Mm-hmm. There's something special about like having a connection with nature and just like how your lifestyle is up there. And
yeah,
I see like your little videos and it'd be cool to go check it out. But how is it up there, and how long you been there?
It's amazing. I mean, today was just another day of mine. Just like, man, people would it's like they would heal so much from this place. It's so just grounding, so like peaceful, quiet. just the way I have it laid out, everything just flows, and hiking trails and little spots, and just the weather right now and like how green it is. But yeah, it's a gym, man. It's a gym.
How many acres?
I'm on like 30 acres.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's pretty big.
Yeah, it's like 30 acres, and then I have my own water, my own power, food. Yeah. So
How long have you been out there now?
probably about 3 years now, or a little bit more. Yeah. So I own my own shit, dude. I don't pay bills.
No, you got a sweet compound.
I don't pay
Yeah,
bills,
that's really cool.
So again, that's the whole thing in life is everybody, in a struggle or missing or unfulfilled, whatever it is, and they're trying to gain more, get more, you know what I mean? Even what it is, more money, more fame, more popularity, more likes, a car, a house, more sex, more drugs, more partying, more. But after all that more, where are you left at? Your own life. Back at yourself.
Needing a bunch of
but back at yourself.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You have sex, you wake up with yourself.
Yeah.
You go to that party, you might not remember, but you still wake up with yourself. You make that million, well, after a while you're still back to yourself. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You go fall in love and after all that goes away, you're back to yourself.
Yeah.
Being out there and being alone, you know what I mean? Being alone out there, that also makes a different outlook on life. Mm-hmm. It all makes a different outlook on life and also creates a different person. Because I don't like that comfort that you guys have. I don't really have.
Yeah.
That convenience you guys have. I don't have. That fringe, that connection you guys have. I don't have because I live alone. Out there. I don't have a dog. I don't have a cat.
Just
I don't have a
way
bird.
out
I don't
there.
have fucking nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
Me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
Done. You
It's
start
cool.
to look at life different, see life different, and become different because what happens, you start to go. The only thing that happens when you're by yourself is you start to all your own shit starts to bubble up.
You start to think a lot.
So either
yeah.
you go crazy, or you start to become very sane because you start to strip it away and strip it away and strip it away and strip away. And then all of a sudden, the cup of your shit is so empty that you have time for everybody. And so that's what I feel that I have so much time for people right now because my cup is so empty of my own shit. And most people don't have time for anybody now, do they? Because their cup is overflowing with their own shit of
busy.
stress,
Everyone's busy.
Stress, bills, unfulfillment, anxiety, It's all this stuff is piling over. They have no time for anybody. But when your cup is empty of your own shit, then you have so much time for people. Your cup is bubbling over with respect, honor, patience.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's cool.
Consistency. And that's just with friends. That's with family. That's with work. That's with your lover. That's with yourself. It all starts coming out.
Yeah.
And so, but, life threw me in that spot.
Yeah.
I never thought of it. I just swear to God, I just ended up there. And as I was talking to you guys earlier, I follow this feeling. I really enjoy my mind. Like, I really enjoy, I'll, whatever, through the day, come home, I'll lay on my bed or my couch, no music, no noise, and just sit there and just allow my mind to just work. And I work through things and I ponder on things and I go, and I dissect things and then I let that, kind of lead my way. It's just like even, again, this world is in a struggle right now and everybody's struggling with something. Every single one of us have something, okay? Everything we're struggling with. Life, depression, anxiety, loneliness, whatever the fuck it is. Everybody has something, but it's this time right now. And it's not us. It's humanity.
Oh, yeah.
Think about it. Are you breathing right now?
Oh, yeah.
Are you breathing right now?
Yeah.
Homeboy breathing right now? I'm breathing right now.
Yeah, we're breathing.
We're all breathing the same air. So we're all passing it back and forth. So if I'm stressed, you're anxiety, you're depressed, you're lonely, and this guy's angry, and this guy won't, you know what I mean? And we're all breathing that negative air, every single 8 billion people.
Yeah.
8 billion people, yeah.
Well, what are we sharing? Right?
I ain't trying to share that air, though, dude.
No,
And
but
either are you, dude.
No,
I can
I
tell.
know that.
Neither,
but I'm just saying, what are we sharing?
But there's a
know
lot
what I mean?
of people sharing that air.
But what are you
yeah.
sharing? So that whole thing is like, okay, then you have to be able to have that time with yourself.
Yeah.
And
I think what you're talking about is like the majority of most people out there are breathing that air you're talking about. You drive around, you see people driving around by their cars with their mask on by themselves. and it's a lot. You see it a lot. Like
yeah, I
a
mean,
lot.
some people, I guess we all breathe the air because I deal with stuff. You deal with stuff. I deal with being alone because I live fucking alone. So there's times that it's like, whoa, bro. You know, I've woken up 2 a.m, like scared to death.
Just
and
here
like,
by myself.
Fuck,
Yeah.
dude. Not scared like I'm by myself. Like, no, dude. Nobody's coming out there.
Yeah.
And no.
Oh, I'm coming out there.
No,
I'm coming out
and
there.
I'm not scared of anybody jumping and I'm not scared of anybody jumping my gate.
Yeah.
Okay. My guns are loaded because I live alone. So my guns are fucking loaded and knives are everywhere. You know, so game on. But what I'm saying is that this sometimes this fear of being alone, you know, and we all have it and we've all dealt with it. But being alone and excuse me. And so you deal with it for a while. And what I'm getting to is being able to, with my mind, is being able to look at something and dissect it. So, you know, I did battle with being alone for a while after being divorced, and it was scary. I mean, fucking scary. I had no idea. I didn't know what being alone felt like because I've been married for 24 years. And, oh, yeah, I like to be alone. I love it. I love guys, too. Guys are so awesome. Oh, yeah, man. I like to be alone. I'm alone anytime I can. Oh, fuck yeah. I like to be alone. Anytime I can, man. I get alone. I get away from the wife and the kids and the house.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, exactly. What happens after you get done being alone? You get to go back to the wife, the kids, and the house.
Yeah.
Wait till you're alone, and you can't go back to the wife, the kids, and the house.
You go back.
You don't
to
think you
being
go
alone.
back being alone?
Yeah.
Then you start seeing how weak you truly are.
Yeah.
Right? And I found out how weak.
That,
I found out how weak I was.
Yeah.
You know, I found out how weak I was, and then after being that way, so then, like I say, that's why I sit there, I ponder, and I go, okay, you know what? If I'm so alone, then why? So I started dissecting it, finding out what I thought was a reason, dissected that. Nope. The next, what I thought was a reason, dissected that. Nope. And I kept going down, and I found out there was nothing. There was nothing, because everything that I picked apart, it came to that, no, that really makes no sense of why I'd be lonely. Or, no, you know what? I do have friends, and I have people that love me, and I have this, and I have that. You know, we just lose almost like consciousness of it.
Awareness of it, yeah.
Awareness of it. So I, like I say, dissected everything, and I came up with that it must be a story. It has to be fictitious, something that I created in my own mind that I keep thinking, or it's been passed down from my family tree or something, or it's just a human nature of what we've had to deal with in the past, I guess, right? That everybody has at some point. Because again, I don't go to Australia and all of a sudden they have 10 emotions, and us Americans only have 8 emotions. We all think the same.
Yeah,
bro.
it's all the same shit.
We're all the same, man.
Yeah.
We just have different sticker kits on and different sound systems.
different graphics.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. Different graphics and different, you got FMF, Pro Circuit. or
Yeah, it
Shamir.
doesn't matter, but we're all the same. Yeah.
That's what people don't understand, man. It's
like
fucking, it's
I
insane.
like that analogy.
So,
I freaking love listening to your shit all the time on your, when you just put the thing and start talking. Like, I'll be like, let me check the gram, and then I come across your shit, just like the one today. The board, I'm like, oh yeah, here, what's he got to say? And then I watch it, and I'm like, this motherfucker's coming over tonight.
Yeah,
this is awesome. That's already. I'm like, where
my shit is so raw. It's so terrible.
The last
Like,
one,
it's so terrible. I got
It's
fucking
good.
wind in the background, you know. And my hat's over here. My hair's like this, you know.
That's part of the story, though.
I take no.
the last one,
I take zero care. Like if I go, wait, I got something to say.
Yeah.
Boom, and I just pop it on, dude. And I just talk.
Yeah.
And 99.9% of every video I put out, it's one take. The first take, the only take.
Yeah. You're not like sitting there going, oh, that didn't look good. Oh shit, I had something
Never.
in my mouth. I mean,
One take and that's it. But also just with what I got to say, it's not, because again, what I got to say isn't about getting fucking, it's not getting likes, and it's not about content. You see so much people on Instagram, it's about content. They're just on in there all the time. Content, and it's just a bunch of mumble jumble. And then people just go right by it. Oh yeah, you got followers. you got likes, but they're not listening to it. They followed you for a while. Now you're starting to become annoying. Now you almost talk too much. And now they're just, everybody thinks maybe I'll get good luck and maybe everybody will like me if I like them all.
Yeah.
And that's all they're doing. They're not listening to you.
That's a little bit.
But if you take your time and you think about what you got to say and it really means something to you and it resonates with you, then when you say it, it's going to come out. It should come out one time. You shouldn't have to come back and splice and splice and splice. So when you look at someone's video that has splices in it, to me, they fucked up 55 times. They fucked up 55 times, so they had to come in and put all these good points together.
The last video I watched of yours that I really liked was don't skip feelings. So just like if your emotions hit you or you're feeling a certain way, sit down.
Yeah, feel it, man.
Take that shit.
Yeah.
And just like figure out what it is. Don't go smoke a bowl. Don't go drink a beer. Sit down before you do any of that. You can do that after you figure it out and you're all chilling. But figure out what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, just
like, what is this emotion? Is it gonna hurt? Let that fucker hurt.
And it doesn't.
Then it doesn't.
Exactly.
But
when
you
can.
running
and it
from
doesn't.
Yes, it's going to chase you. It's going to chase you. It's going to put those claws in you.
Hurt yourself.
Yeah.
By running from it.
Yeah.
Just face it and just see what up. And usually it's not that monster that you thought it was.
Damn, that's some good shit, Jeff.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I learned it from him. So.
But it's true. Okay, look, like you got a little son.
Yeah.
How afraid is he of the dark? How afraid is he? You know what I mean?
He is.
Afraid of the dark, afraid of the closet, afraid of underneath his bed, afraid of all this stuff. He's afraid of something invisible, right?
Created it.
Something invisible. He
him,
created it. But as he gets older,
it doesn't matter. Yeah.
It's going to be nothing, right? So what we're all afraid of, we're afraid of this this invisible boogeyman in our head, the depression, the anxiety, the fear, the loneliness, the unfulfillment. We're afraid of that, but we run from that and cover it up. And so what it's doing is trying to hang on to us, and it's going to it's going to drag. We're going to drag it along. But when we can sit with it, like just you said, and go, okay, then fucking hurt.
I'm here.
Yeah. And that's what I've done with, dude. I've done that at 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. Go, all right, motherfucker. Then here I am, hurt me. Being alone. I'm being alone. Oh, I don't have a chick in my life. I'm sick of being alone for a while, or I'm missing somebody. I said, all right, then fucking hurt me,
dude. Am I gonna cry? Cool, let's do it. It'll last
and
for
nothing,
5 minutes.
But no, I don't cry. I don't anything. Nothing happens. Because what happened is it's only gonna get more if you allow it to chase.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when you stand up to it, then it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Then you find out that it's like you say, it's nothing. It can't hurt you. The only thing that's hurting you is hanging on to it.
The only thing holding you back are the stories you're telling yourself.
Yeah, because that's all it is. That's all the mind is telling stories.
You see like a scary dog, you just take off running. Things will fucking chase you and bite you.
Yeah.
You just stand there, look at it, pet it.
It does work out in real life with a dog.
100%,
Same
dude.
thing.
Dude, if a dog barks at me, I go, all right, motherfucker, you think you're gonna win?
I saw that the other day. You're sitting there doing an interview.
What was that?
Shirtless. You're sitting there, no shirt on with your cowboy hat. I don't know what it. I saw it on YouTube last night. I was doing a little rhino research.
Oh shit!
I want to see this.
You're looking.
In the younger days.
Yeah.
Little bump of womp.
Yeah.
Little bump
but
of
some
womp.
fucking big ass dogs run up on you, and like whoever's filming's like, oh, you're all, what up? Like, things don't scare me. They're scared of me. You know what I mean? But your mindset, whether you believe it or not. The dogs didn't fuck with you.
No,
because you're good.
Yeah, again, a male is a male.
Yeah,
doesn't matter if it's a mosquito or a dog or whatever. I mean, they have males mosquitoes. I wonder if they have male mosquitoes.
Yeah, hung like a mosquito.
I don't know. I
guess they are. There's some guys hung like a mosquito.
I feel like we had them last year, dude. Those mosquitoes.
But anyways, so dominance, no dominance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
a trait, yeah,
and not that you gotta try to
alpha it or anything.
I don't know. I just fucking
yeah. No, it was just real. Like it was like just happened on. It wasn't what the guy was filming. it just happened to happen with the dogs and stuff in the way.
Yeah, so I guess it's the
like,
same thing. Yeah, it comes
geez.
natural. So I remember this time I was kind of leaving my gate, and this dog was in the road, and it came up, big fucking dog, you know. And I'm at my door's open, and I was outside my car, and it started coming up growling at me.
Yeah.
And getting closer and growling and growling. I'm like, oh yeah, motherfucker. And it started getting closer and closer.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah. And dude, it fucking lunged at me. And if I had this on YouTube, I'd be in my private jet right now. You know? Dude, this thing lunged at me, and I went back, and I swung up and kicked him. I said, oh yeah, motherfucker. Pow! And I kicked him, pow, right across the thing.
Yeah.
And dude, he fell backwards, yelped, and took off, and I'm just like, oh, hell yeah. Dude, that was bad because I was scared as shit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was scared
Yeah,
as
you're
shit.
kind of like, damn, that was
No,
awesome.
that's the thing. It's like you don't have to be tough.
Yeah.
You sometimes got to just
You just
act
got
it.
Yeah.
He's just
Oh,
gonna.
yeah, motherfucker. And dude, I kicked it, but dude, my heart was racing like a.
You're driving away after. You're just like, what the
I
hell,
was like,
dude?
oh hell yeah. Yeah.
We had a brutal time that happened like that one time. Do you know Joey Velatico? You know who Joey Velatico is?
No.
He's a guy from the East Coast. He worked for Monster for a little while.
I do not feel like they would understand each other.
No, they
at
would.
all.
But
Would they?
anyways, we got in a fight one time. It was at Bent Willie's at High Point in Morgantown there.
I've had a Bent Willie before.
It's
More-
next door to Crooked
Dude,
Dicks.
really,
Yeah.
a Bent Willie.
Bent Willie's. That's what it
I've had a
was.
Bent Willie, like a bent. No. I
Put a
didn't
brace
Bent
on
No.
it.
It was in Morgantown, West Virginia.
Willie. Oh boy.
Little college
Yeah.
town there.
Oh, little college.
But yeah,
town.
we got kicked out of the bar because I don't know, who knows why. I don't even remember why it happened, but these three big guys, like, I guess Joey was starting shit with these guys, and these guys came out just running towards us, like, and we're just like, dude,
Oh,
we're
shit.
fucked, because they're all big, all
Yeah, and
three
it's,
of
dude,
them.
someone running towards you.
Yeah.
It means something.
It's like
it means something. You know what I mean? It's like if something, like I say, if I start with something and someone got out of his car and started running towards me, I'd be like,
It's a whole
You're like,
different
oh,
scenario.
shit.
Yeah.
yeah, what's
fucking
up?
roll up the window. Yeah. Be like,
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta give it to Joey though, because these dudes are running towards us. I had just got a cast off my
Yeah.
leg, and I was kind of like, there's not much I can do here. And
Yeah,
I'm not
so
that
you
big.
started running towards them.
I'm not that big of a guy, you know.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm just like, no. We all just kind of stood there, like, well, we're gonna have to face this and
Yeah.
throw down. And my good friend Ryan McPhillips from McGriddle, he was with us too. It was the three of us, and these dudes came out. Joey knocks his dude out like clean, first punch. Dude's on the ground. I'm kind of just protecting myself because the guy's way bigger than me too.
Yeah.
All three of them are big. Joey knocks that dude out, and then our buddy McGriddle's on the ground like having a fight with the other third guy, and dude, Joey just runs up,
Knocks him out.
boots the guy in the freaking face, dude, knocks him out.
Jesus.
And dude, I'm like, we're sitting there looking like,
Who's
whoa.
this Joey guy?
That's
Well,
what I'm telling you. It's
that-
my
He
buddy
sh-
Joey.
He should be on this podcast.
In my head, I'm
No,
like,
he's gonna be. It
Well,
will be,
yeah,
dude.
dude.
All three guys just down, and we're like,
Yeah.
we got to bail.
When
we
we're-
couldn't leave our rental car. They were behind our rental car. We couldn't back out, so we bailed because the cops came.
we
and-
were
Right
at the
away.
bar next by Southwick that year with Joey, and almost got jumped by like 15 dudes in the bar. So
Yeah,
there's
people like to start shit
people
with
really
him.
like Joey.
Yeah.
he's like tall and he's like tattoos. He's like,
He's like,
That's the craziest thing is that people want to start shit with like the most dangerous people, like tall and tattooed.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just
Why would
leave
you
him
say-
alone.
Why would you want to fuck with someone bigger than you and tattooed?
Me
You know,
and
I mean, not
Joey-
like tattoos make you tough, but just
Dude.
could be an indication that
they
Me
kind of don't care a
Me
little
and
bit.
Joey
I
got,
don't know.
we got pulled over in New Mexico in the Arma bus on the way home from
Yeah.
Unadilla
can
or
imagine
whatever.
why.
Yeah, well, I threw the bong clear out the window.
I wouldn't say the bong. I wouldn't say a bong. No,
Yeah,
We were in that motorhome.
no I
Couple
wouldn't in
times.
that motorhome.
it was perfectly.
No,
legit.
it
was
used to be
Scott
wrapped different.
Sipkovic's
No, no, it
motorhome.
used
yeah,
to
that's
be.
what I'm saying.
It's safe, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
Anyway, we
it
got
used
the
to be
motorhome.
Jason's motorhome.
Yeah, we got
That
it.
was
Back in the
Jason's.
day.
Yeah, it was weed. Jason's.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we were driving it for Jason.
Yeah, before
Weed.
weed was Jason's.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 But
Now,
we got the motorhome seized for 13 hours in New Mexico.
I wonder why.
And Ryan Morris's dad was driving the Asterix rig and came there 13 hours later on his way back from the races and got us on our way. Luckily, he just motherfucked them all. It's
Oh,
like
yeah?
they had nothing to hold us on
Oh,
other
yeah?
than a great suspicion that were doing some sort of crime.
They were like, God,
Wow.
where
Dude,
is
they made
it?
Yeah.
Where
like,
is
they
it?
Held us.
Oh yeah, because they thought there's no way these young kids would be having
Yeah,
this
one
big ass
from San
motorhome.
Diego, one
Yeah.
from Massachusetts.
Yeah,
This dude's all tatted. This dude's Scott Bell's son. Like,
Yeah,
they gotta fucking
Yeah.
be doing something.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they
yeah.
had nothing on us. But
Yeah.
13
That's
hours.
funny.
Yeah, we had that. I mean, we had one time when we were younger, as myself, Dave Castillo, and my mechanic, Chad Watts. So I was 15. My mechanic was
I remember Chad
17,
Watts.
and David was 18 maybe.
Yeah.
And they got a brand new box van because they owned Innovation Sports CTI. They had a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
So brand new box van, and we're like, hey, let's go race. We're going to race a national in High Point. So back then, now it never happened. Mom and dad are like, yeah, okay, cool. Kid that 15, 16, and 8, or 15, 17, and 18. Go ahead, all the way across America.
Yeah.
Dude, we were the dumbest bastards. So we took off, and we had pizza and all this, and we're going. We get to just only to the Arizona border, and guy pull over. Hey, pull over. What do you guys got in here? Nothing. Motorcycles, you know, porn mags, you know. And then they open the door and say, "Oh, we gotta let our dogs in." The dogs jump in there, and they're like going crazy, and the guy's like, "What do you guys got in there? What do you guys got in there?" And the fucking dog finds a pizza box. I'm like, I was a kid. I go, maybe you should feed your dogs, man. He was looking for the pizza, you know.
That dog's like, I want that
Yeah,
pizza. dude.
yeah. He fucking ran to the pizza. I'm like, maybe you should feed your dogs, man.
Maybe
Yeah,
feed
so-
your dogs.
Stop feeding them so much blow and give them
Yeah,
some
yeah,
pizza.
something, yeah.
Jesus.
So much weed. Yeah, it's like, yeah, there's like that movie Cocaine Bear.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
That shit's wild.
I can't believe I went to the movie theater to see that.
You did?
For some reason, well,
Yeah, for some
it was with
reason.
some girl, and I was like, wow.
Oh,
She's like, I gotta see a movie. I'm like, all right, what movie you want to see? I don't know. She's like, I'm like, all these movies are gay, and I saw Cocaine Bear. I'm like, look, girl, if we can go see a movie,
2 words that are
let's see
pretty
Cocaine
cool.
Bear. She's like, really? We're gonna see Cocaine Bear?
What the fuck were
I'm
you
like-
on a date with?
I'm like, yeah, let's go see Cocaine Bear.
Let's go see it.
Yeah.
You're like, it was like you gave in because you're like, all right, we gotta go see a movie.
not-
She had to give in for.
Dude,
Cocaine
I've done-
Bear.
There's not a movie called Beer and Titties, so we'll go see Cocaine Bear, I guess.
Like I said, like every time I see you just spitting your shit, I always tune in and don't think that you're not. It's the pet. Like you know how you're like, if it can transcend the message to one person or whoever, like as long as someone gets a nugget. I feel like I'm always getting nuggets off the
Yeah?
shit that you're spitting. So I'm sure a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
You just gotta listen, yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of what they say is like it just you build it up. You know, you don't just put content out there. If you're putting content out there, you don't really give a shit that if people are actually tuning in or getting anything from you. You're just caring about the money you're making or the likes you're getting. If you're just putting content out there, I don't care what you are. I don't care who you are. I don't care how spiritual. I don't care how organic and how anything you are. Fuck you. If you're just putting content out there, you don't care about the message that you're putting out there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. So if you build it up, and then you marinate on it, and then you put you put something out there that you really feel, you really been pondering on something that's been really important in your life. Well, then you're actually sharing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You're not if you're just putting content out there, you're taking. You're taking people's attention. You're taking
Yeah.
people's money. You're taking people's
you're
this.
s-
But if you ponder on it and take your time and give it, then and there's something that comes from within you. Well, then you're sharing. You
Yeah,
know,
you're
and
not
that's
just-
all. If you're caring, you're sharing. If you're sharing, you're caring.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
You're-
all this world is about.
You're not just making commercials.
Yeah, if you're great at something and you have a gift and you have a talent and you have something you found out and you keep it quiet, well then you're that's a sin to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, share it,
Yeah.
man. If you don't share it, well then that means you don't want anybody to be better than you, and that's what I see with the top guys in the sport. That's why they don't share anything.
How do you think you'd be sharing?
And I don't need to say names, and they got some tequila, so yeah. But they don't say names. But
Yeah.
the top guys in the sport that are done, they don't want anybody to be better than them, so they don't share. That's what I feel.
like knowledge and
Knowledge, experience. I mean, my
Experience.
God, can you imagine what some of these guys could share
yeah.
about the things they went wrong, what they would have done, what they would have changed, how they went about it, why they feel that they were the best, why, you know what I mean?
But that could be
None
a
of them,
threat.
not
That's a-
one of them share that.
Could be a
Yeah,
threat,
it's
threat
true.
to their legacy, maybe.
Yeah, because they might. Yeah, because their ego is so big, and their self kind of almost like their self-identity is so little because they only can hang on to one thing, that past of 25 years ago or whatever the fuck it was, that they can't, they don't want anybody to break that.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah,
And so if you don't have anything, then you're going to share everything.
Yeah.
That's why the richest man don't want to share anything, because he doesn't want to see his number. The poorest man will share everything because he's used to not having anything.
Yeah.
And so that's where, I feel that, I don't know.
That's a little bit with like even this show or this Fast Friends thing that we started is like, there's certain podcasts or media outlets that kind of are doing it all for the likes and the amount of content that they can throw out there.
Oh yeah.
We're kind of a little bit more of like having a good time with it, and
everybody's handpicked.
Yeah, just trying to talk to people that we really have like this core value. Like Caballero and Tyler Behrman, being our first guy. Like Behrman's a good homie of mine. I'm sure you know Tyler. And like, it's just this like, it's just we don't like try to edit it and get it out the next day and try to hit this and that. We kind of
I guess it just depends on what you want out of it. If you're doing it because you love it and you're doing it because it's fun and you want to connect and this and that and what happens from it, then you're going to go about it this way. Yeah. If you want to make money and be popular and be better than everybody, then you go about it a different way. It's it's not like there's a right way and a wrong way. It's just what works for that person's way. It doesn't matter who said it, wrote it, or what you read it from. If it does not work for you, it's not true. I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't care what standard you put this person on. It doesn't matter. If it does not work for you, it's not true.
Yeah, just
do you. But if you want to follow something just because you're afraid of being looked at wrong, talked about, or judged, well, then you're gonna go that way. So.
Well, how do you think, without social media and all this stuff that's come about, would you be spreading your message without all that stuff these days? Would you be a public speaker? Would you be, you know what I mean? Because you have a strong message. And
just to top on that, I've always thought you could write a rad book.
Yeah. Just waiting for someone to come into my life that will help me write the book.
Yeah, you need
because I don't know what do I do?
Yeah.
I got the story and I can tell you the story right away and not miss it, but I need someone that can say, "Hey Ryan, we need an intro. Ryan, we need a first chapter. Yeah. Ryan, we need you to get the people from the past to tell story." Okay. Yeah. Well, just tell me what to do and I can, put this together, you know? Whatever. And but I'd love to write a book.
That'd be cool, right? Like not just a motocross book, just a life.
No.
That's
a book on
chapter
life.
Book on life,
yeah. The rest of motocross is way more. Motocross is like
motocross chapter.
It's just a chapter.
I don't even care anymore. I don't even care. Like I don't even remember that I even was a motocrosser. Like I gotta open up a room and go like, I guess I was pretty good. Huh.
You don't have a trophy room?
Not really. A little one, just a container. Yeah. Dude, I don't give a shit.
Couple things.
Yeah, like this thing that came at Anaheim or San Diego. It was a 30-year edition. All these guys were there. Everybody wanted to be a thing. Yeah. And they wanted me to go out there, and they're like, this was, you won this race. We want you to come out, heroes and legends, and this. And I'm like, okay. And then I had something else. There was this girl that I was seeing. It was in Tucson on the same weekend, and I was going to go there, and I'm like, okay, well, let me see. All right, this I can go to San Diego Supercross, get on stage, go around with everybody else, and get applauded for something that I did 30 years ago. Or I can drive to Tucson with this girl and see if I can try to make my future what I want it to be. Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's fucking Tucson, baby.
Yeah, not even
Tucson all day long. Yeah. I could care less if someone applauded for me 30 years ago. I could care less.
Yeah.
And then that's...
I think that's good, though. Like,
I don't even want to be remembered as the motocrosser. Because I've had some people that want to do something and are like, keep going back to motocross. I'm like, no, dude, I'm so past that. Yeah. I go, people don't even look at me as a motocrosser sometimes anymore. It's like I'm past that. I don't want to.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I think you lived it in the moment while you did it. Like so hardcore.
Yeah.
Like, what do you need to go back and think about? You did everything to its 100%.
I feel like you could
as
just
best
make
you
your
could.
compound out there like this amazing, like natural healing compound for athletes and anyone in general.
Yeah, I mean,
that just wants an outlet.
there's not a motorcycle allowed on my property.
Oh, really?
Oh, fuck no. So I'm adjoined with I have a track on the property,
fuck
but
no,
it's
he
like
says.
this. But no, dude, you don't ride your bike on my property. You don't put.
Oh,
you don't-
I've seen some videos where I thought that maybe the track was
the
like
track is right
there.
below my house, right below my property and the other property
Oh,
are
it's
together.
it's on the hills. Okay.
Yeah. So the track is here, my property's here, but we're combined. But again, on the the acres that I live on, not the track part, you don't bring a bike.
Yeah.
There's no motorcycles. No. No.
Yeah. Well,
No.
I mean,
no,
it's crazy.
no one even starts. No one rides them. No one starts them. No one does wheelies. No one does anything on my land. You keep them in your back of your truck. You don't unload them.
The only
Okay.
person in this
Gotcha.
room
On the track, if you go down the track,
Yeah.
then okay, you can ride, but not on my not on where I so-called live.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where I live, everything is quiet. Everything is tame. Everything is put together. Everything is organized. Everything's raked.
I want to walk on the.
My place is like
trails,
my place. Yeah, it's a zen.
Yeah.
It's a zen
Barefoot.
place. Zen trails.
barefoot.
I just
trails.
raked them today.
Nice.
Like I drag a rake around. It only took me an hour.
Yeah. No, I
Nice.
messaged you.
Yeah,
like,
no, my trails are raked. Like you walk by, you're like you don't have to wear shoes.
Nice.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
serious,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm barefoot in these
Yeah,
trails. I've seen.
I think I have the
video.
best trail. I think I have the best trail. I think I have the best trail in Southern California. If you do the whole thing.
Nice.
No, I'm serious, man. Yeah,
Just
that's badass.
Walk, hike trail.
I got painted rocks. I got wind chimes. I got rocks. I go through rocks. This, that. I mean, fuck, man. I got names for all my rocks.
Yeah.
I got names for all my rocks. Yeah.
Names.
We're gonna go out there, dude.
Jeffica.
No, there's Butthole Rock.
Oh, Butthole.
Because you got to shine your butt. You get your butthole in the air in the sun,
Oh yeah, I've
Yeah,
heard
with-
that's a
with
thing.
the little butt hair on there.
I've heard that's a thing, dude.
Nah,
What was it? What was I watching?
it was
Those
a
kids,
joke.
they
It
were
was a
like,
joke.
if you take your,
Yeah, you
if
get
you
your
just
butt in the sun.
yeah. It's like this special dope, like vitamin D hit or something.
Well, I mean, that rock is used for many different things, but not just sun in your butt.
Wait,
No.
so how you can base Palomar, right? You just
Yeah,
go up
Palomar
there?
Mountain is my front yard.
Drive
Like
out
the
there.
whole mountain, I can see from tip to tip from where I stand.
Cool.
Yeah, it's stunning out there. Yeah, it's a special place, man. It's like the last frontier. I can ride motorcycles. I have 3 tracks: a track here, a track here, and a track here. 3-minute track, 2.5-minute track, probably a minute track, all sand, right on the base of my land, and I can ride all 3 of them, no problem.
Nice.
Nowhere else in Southern California can you have a track.
Yeah.
I can shoot guns all day long. My neighbor is like it's in Vietnam, dude. It's like he's just pulling out guns left and right. I can run around.
Yeah.
I can run around, walk around naked. Nobody even knows. So I can
How-
even ride a motorcycle, shoot a gun naked in Southern California. Where are you going to do that? And I'm
Yeah.
only 20 minutes outside Temecula.
So I was gonna ask you, how long does it take to get to Temecula? About
20
20
minutes.
minutes.
20 minutes. Yeah.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
So I'm 20 minutes outside, and I can do all that on my yard, and no one even bat an eye.
That's sweet.
Not
That's
even
awesome.
bat an eye.
Good
So
zone.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Hey, Rhino, have you ever tried surfing?
I tried it a couple times, and it just seemed kind of boring to me. Like, fuck, dude. You paddle out, you get up, you stand up for 3, 5, 10 seconds, you fall down. And then you got to go back, paddle out. You stand up for 3, 5, 10 seconds, you fall down, you got to paddle out. I'm like, dude, like, where's like the 30-minute of rhythm?
No,
Yeah.
I used to.
You know what I mean? Like,
It
why,
takes a while to get
why?
I used to think the same way.
Yeah.
No.
I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna spend all that time, do all that paddling to barely stand up and get a little bit of like that.
Yeah, but
flow.
even if you're good,
Even if
if you're good, you're still only standing up for 5, 10 seconds.
yeah, I know what you're
ooh,
saying.
Maybe a minute. Then you're done.
No, a minute. A minute's a long.
Okay,
time.
well, that's what I'm saying.
That's
I can ride my motorcycle for 2 hours
Yeah.
straight
yeah.
and hit that jump and every jump differently and
Yeah.
this and that. So,
The longest wave
It's just-
is 15 seconds.
yes,
Then you're just
15
that's
seconds,
it.
bro.
15
I can have sex.
seconds, bro.
I can have sex longer than that
Yeah,
on a good day. Yeah.
I will say,
But that's the only thing for me is like,
hey, so I will say, I used to look at it like that because I grew up Temecula riding dirt
yeah.
bikes.
Yeah.
Now I live here, and all I do is surf.
Yeah.
What it is like it was a click one day that happened. Is like it's not even just all about like those 5 seconds that you're on the wave. It's the whole thing. It's the getting the wetsuit ready, getting that on. It's the figuring out where the spot is. It's watching the weather. It's it's even the paddle out and all of that, and being in the water and just being disconnected. It's all of it.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. Once you get into it, then all the little things would come out of it. Just like with people
sense.
like yoga. If you guys did yoga, you'd be like, this sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Boring. But I'm like so into it because I've gotten to such a point that I can focus on these teeny little things to make this better. You know what I mean? So I get it. So all right, I'll be truthful. I'm just scared of big waves.
Yeah.
Dude, trust me. Like, fuck that. Like, I'll go out, dude, and I'll paddle out there, and I like the body surf or whatever because that's good. And I'll go out there, and I'm like, dude, holy shit. I'm like, oh, Jesus. And I just start paddling just to get over them. Yeah. Just get over them. I'm not even trying to catch these things. Just get over them. And then I'm like, dude, this is enough. I'll go in, towel off, get on the beach, lay down. I'm like, wait. Dude, those waves had to have been way bigger than that.
They're bigger.
They're way bigger than that.
Tiny from the
Serious? That's no.
Yeah.
No.
1 foot.
Like, dude, serious. I'm like, this fucking so small. But out there, I'm like, oh my God. Jesus Christ, I'm going to die. Dude, I'm going to die. Just swim.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's how it feels, though. Like, it seems big as hell when it's laying on your head.
Oh, dude, there's no way.
You're all... It's got, like, way smaller almost.
Yeah, I was like, it must have been low tide.
Must have been low tide. Tide dropped on my way.
Yeah, I had to drop at least 6 feet. Yeah, it was crazy. It's like the biggest tide drop ever. 6 feet. 6 feet and like 3 feet and like in a minute. Weird as shit.
Same day I was here.
Yeah,
it's history.
So I don't know. I guess I could, but now it's tough because I can't. It'd be hard to paddle lifting my head up.
Your neck thing?
Oh yeah, dude, I'm fucked up.
Neck's fucked on.
Well, I'm fused from 2 to 7 here. A plate and 6 screws. I'm fused from 2 to 7 here with a rod and 11 screws. So I only have movement in like 1 or 2 vertebrae from here to my back.
So you're kind of just at a point where you're just stoked that you're walking, living, breathing, doing normal shit. Like,
yeah, I mean, I should be dead. I definitely should be dead.
Shouldn't be some weird shit.
I should be dead, and I should be paralyzed, and I should be all that. You know, because the accidents that I've had should have left me paralyzed. The accidents that I've had, I felt that I did die. Like there was like a zap. You know, like when you break your neck.
Like life.
Like when you break your neck, you die.
Your body.
You die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I have felt that. I felt like just a complete disappearance. You know, from my first time I broke my neck, like a complete disappearance, and it was the weirdest thing. And then I came back. It wasn't a knockout because I didn't hit my head, you know. And so, yeah. So
you think that kind of experiences instills more of the fact that you're on your journey, you're on your path, and whatever's gonna happen's gonna happen?
It gives me more gratitude for being just like, you know, every morning I wake up and my first, you know, not every morning, but thing I think about, thank you for allowing me to breathe.
Yeah.
Thank you for allowing me to see. Thank you for allowing me to hear today and allow me to feel today and allow me to taste today.
God, I wonder how many people,
you know what I mean? Just
probably not a lot.
Yeah. Just thinking about those little things and not from that injury. Yeah. Or anything else. It's just that's where my mind is. Gratitude. It's not. I could care less about big things, dude. Mm-hmm. I give 2 shits about how much money I have, or if I have this, or if I'm driving a car, or if I'm famous, or if I have. I could give 2 shits, zero shits about it, and so that's why those are the things that are important to me. You know.
So like through your career and everything, you've never been like a money guy. So you've kind of just
never
invested or saved or done what's necessary with your money just to make sure you still have a lifestyle that you enjoy.
No, I lost all my money.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I've been broke, dude.
What year was that?
I don't know. I mean, it all just started wearing down, you know?
Yeah.
Just started running down. Not that, just lifestyle, things didn't happen, track closed, stock market, house market. Just life wanted me to wanted me to feel what feel the opposite of having everything I've wanted, because my whole life I've had everything I've wanted. Since I was 15 years old, I've had everything I wanted. So for me, life, God, whatever wanted to me to see that perspective. So then I could see that having more money, having more things, having that didn't bring me happiness. It actually brought more kind of demise. It brought more pervertedness, because you could be perverted with sex. You could be perverted with your time. You could be perverted with your, I wouldn't say that perverted is not, that's not a good word. Just like money can,
like self-indulgence.
Yeah. Just
kind
of almost like
it opens up the opportunity to be that.
Yeah. Almost like it makes it. Yeah.
I get it.
I guess whatever the word you want to put with that, but just that dirtiness.
Yeah.
And when everything
allows you to be that.
When it's stripped away, because again, what can I be more? Oh, check me out. And now I can buy this, and I need more money, and I need a better car, and I need a bigger house, and I need to, that's perverted.
Opens evil.
That's pervertedness. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
So when you lose everything, then you go back to complete simplicity. Because I've gotten divorced, I've sold my house, I've came back with nothing, I've come back to sitting in my mom's, bedroom. Because when I got divorced, when Jen, 6 years ago, so I'm say whatever the fuck I want. We're arguing all these things from things that just life wanted us to change, And again, this is what the problem. It wasn't her, it wasn't me, it was just life needed me to change, needed her to change. And so again, when you get together so young, it's usually just kind of about dick and pussy, right? But then you stay together, your relationship grows. You guys grow, but your relationship still is the same. As you guys know, you probably still fight about the same things, still argue about the same things. It's just like a big hamster wheel. So you guys grow, but the relationship doesn't, and then you start pointing fingers and blah, 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 and that's why it slips apart. So one day I just said, you know what, girl? To get married to you, I said I do. Today I say I don't, and I left. And I took off for a year. I did 150,000 miles in 1 year of traveling. I went around the world fucking 5 times, I did a trip one time for 9 weeks, went from LA. Every time I stopped was for a week. LA, Australia, New Zealand, Spain, South Africa, Bali, back to New Zealand to Argentina to Peru, and then I flew home on Christmas. Jeez. And then I went to my mom's house, woke up the next day. It was the scariest day of my life. I woke up and I'm like, oh my God. I'm in my mother's guest room. I'm 46 years old. Last year I had a house, a family, a wife, and everything. And now I'm by myself. Holy shit. And so I left and I took off and went down to Encinitas and was eating. And I remembered I haven't seen my buddy Doug for a while. So I called Doug, or texted Doug, I said, hey, I'm in town. He's like, oh, cool. Why don't you come over? I said, all right, I'm just going to pack my stuff up and I'm going to come over. I went over to his house, knocked on the door, and he goes, I had a cowboy hat on. I never wear a cowboy hat, And he goes, who are you? And I'm like, fucking, I took it off. I'm like, dude, it's Ryan. He's like this. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. And he hugged me. He's like, oh my God, I haven't seen it. And there's this girl, this girl there. And I kind of had my eye on her. And I was like this. And I was eating. And he's like, hey, I'm going to take off to the farmer's market. You want to go with me? And I said, nah, I'm just going to stay here. I'm going to eat my food and talk to Danielle. That's the girl from Hawaii. Yeah. And so he calls me about 20 minutes later, and he goes, texts me, he goes, well, dude, where are you at? I've been waiting for you all day. What the fuck are you talking about? I just saw you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then he texts something else, and she goes, well, Doug, he's like 70. Why don't you call him? So I called the number, and this voice answers, and I'm like, he's like, dude, where have you been? And I've been talking to the wrong Doug the whole day. Oh, shit. The whole day. So I rolled up to this guy's house, and that's where I met Danielle.
No way.
Yeah, so I wasn't even supposed to be there.
Yeah.
I wasn't even supposed to be there.
Doug.
And I met Danielle, and then we just hit it off. And
that's
just
awesome.
Sprung, just like, holy shit. So that's kind of how that whole situation happened with, my divorce and change and going on your own way. But now, I love Jennifer, would do anything for her. Always tell her that, look, if anything ever happens, my door is the first door you knock on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit who's with me. I don't give a shit what. You always have a place in my life and in my heart, and I will always look out for you. And but saying that was that whole situation of going down that way and coming to that point is like I would never want to put those shoes on again. The man that I am, I would never trade again. So I had to go through that situation. I had to go through that divorce. I had to go through losing my money. I had to go through retirement. I had to go through, dogs dying, family dying, friends dying. Yeah. I had to go through being paralyzed and all these things. I had to go through giving up this hobby that was my passion of just riding a motorcycle. I can't do it anymore. I can't. I give up all these things. But that is what's made me the man that I am now, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yeah,
I wouldn't trade it for the world, dude.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
You can tell. You can see it.
I wouldn't trade it for the world.
So WSX has already proposed taking away the 250 class this year, the World Supercross Championship, and making an all-electric class instead of 250Fs.
My buddy bought a Stark.
Those things are pretty insane.
Yeah, they're badass. They're cool.
But what do you?
But I say
there's only so much you can do.
I said, hey, I go if I ride this thing, there's no one around, and you don't take a photo of me.
Yeah.
No. They're badass, but they have their place.
They have their place.
Don't bring them into motocross. Don't think you need to go race motocross with them. Don't think you can race against motorized vehicles because it's going to be very dangerous. I don't care if you have its own class. It's going to be boring as hell. Nobody wants to hear the guy across the stadium talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, I don't want to watch blenders ride more. Yes, it can be a battle. They can do all the same things. It can be better than a 450. But it's a sound. When Formula One tried to bring down the sound, they lost almost like half their fans.
Yeah,
it's like watching any drag racing and having an electric drag race car.
Yeah.
No one's showing up. Dude, everybody wants to hear the noise. Everybody wants to hear the engines. Everybody wants to hear that. And so for me, this electric era needs to have their own genre. They have to have their own way. Take it out of stadiums because I feel that's going to be very boring. It's going to be very boring in a stadium because it's too quiet. Make an urban supercross. Bring it to Barcelona. Bring it to New York City. Bring it to Paris, bring it to all this and make it through the streets and down this, and people can have their little lattes, and there's a metal ramp, and there's no dust, there's no pollution, there's no noise. Try to have something different than try to replace something you're not. Try to replace something you're not going to make better.
Yeah.
Hey, there's Formula E.
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
Exactly. Hey, there's Formula One. Fuck yeah, I watch the Netflix. I watch all that. Okay, thank you very much. So these bikes have a road. Bring them into the inner city. Bring them into places that you can actually do it. But don't try to replace something that you're not going to make better by replacing motorized vehicles.
Yeah, because it's the motor, the engine, the gas.
And you're not going to. And you should never put them together because it's dangerous.
Yeah.
I go off noise when I ride when someone's behind me.
Oh yeah.
And if I can't hear you and I come over and you hit me because you're on an electric motorcycle, I'm fucking you up in the pits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was your fault. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm going off a noise and then you hit me because I didn't hear you because you're on an electric motorcycle. Mm-hmm. That's your fault. And yeah.
No, there's a lot of
and I get the technology. The technology and all that. Great, I love it. Okay, bring that into the 450 class too. Bring some electric stuff into it, right? Just like Formula One does.
Yeah.
If you can, I don't know, but I just feel like they need to stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Mm-hmm. If you stay in your lane, then you're probably not going to have maybe so much fight against these other manufacturers. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
And if so.
Yeah, the Japanese brands and KTM and whatnot, they're not welcoming these fools in with open arms. Right?
No, and it doesn't need to be there because I feel that racing is the next big step. I feel it's the next big entertainment in this world.
Racing.
I feel everybody's getting sick of stick and ball sports because they're seeing how dirty it is, and how fake it is.
And
yes.
the F1 stuff being on Netflix and people getting to see that shit.
Dude, trust me on this.
They love it.
Trust me on this. If they had a ride to survive, not a drive to survive,
Yeah.
and they had a motocross one, a supercross one, supercross, and I say this in 5 years. 5 years. That supercross will be the biggest sport in the world. Why?
It's going to happen.
Why? Because you take, I always said this already before, but you take Jason Anderson the first 5 races. Jason Anderson comes to Anaheim 2 or Anaheim 1, gets second, right? Mm-hmm. Goes home Monday on the training, riding, goes to San Francisco, does the biggest front flip in the world.
Yeah.
You know, in the first turn, comes back and gets his place. Yeah. The next day he's there Monday riding. His riding partner crashes, dislocated hip. Dude sticking up like this. They loaded him in the ambulance like this because his hip wouldn't go down.
Yeah.
No, serious.
Yeah.
Jason's there the whole time, holding him, this and this, loaded him up in the ambulance. They closed the door. Jason walked up the hill, put his helmet on, did 20 minutes without making a mistake, goes to Anaheim, or goes to San Diego the next weekend, and gets in a big tussle with Jet.
Yeah.
Then the next weekend goes to Anaheim and wins one of the races.
Yeah.
That's one dude.
Yeah.
That's one fucking
thing.
dude. That's one dude in 5 weeks, and that's more entertainment than any of these F1 pussies. Sorry.
No, I
because
agree.
they're during the week, and then they drive on the weekend.
Yeah.
During the week, don't get me dirty, and they drive on the weekend. We're fucking motocrossing and supercrossing every day, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
The risk is never
every
lower.
day we're doing that, so it's a different story. So again, if you could have that, now you got Jet, now you have Hunter, now you have Eli, now you have Cooper, now you have you have Austin and his crash.
Dude,
I mean, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
endless.
It's
much entertainment.
so
and I went to
good,
Anaheim this year, and I saw the difference. The crowd has changed.
Dude, they're so engaged.
Way much more. No, they're more fans now. They're not participant fans.
Yeah.
They're not participant fans. They're
know
fans.
what's
Because
going
I
on.
look around, I go 75. I'm like, you motherfuckers ain't riding motorcycles. 75% of these people walking around.
Yeah.
So now what happened? It's almost like the people that tuned into like monster trucks just because it's exciting. Mm-hmm. That's what I think it seems like. Now this sport has become exciting to them. They don't know the history.
No.
But it's on TV now.
Yeah.
And it's exciting, and there's shit happening, and they kind of get tuned in with these guys because they're younger guys.
Yeah,
and,
there's a dude with the mullet and the cowboy hat.
Yeah, the guy with like younger guys, and they're not this rich F1-ish thing. But F1, I think, popularity grew almost like 500% or something since Drive to Survive came out.
That's a good show.
So if you put one of those Ride to Survives out with that much entertainment, I don't know. I just feel that it'll blow the shit up because basketball's polluted, football's polluted, soccer.
Yeah,
I don't know soccer. And all these different sports. So this is I don't know. I just really feel something's gonna happen, bro.
Dude,
I really do.
So.
Yeah, big changes. I
do,
like.
and I hope because it has so much potential.
But it's
man.
real.
Does,
like we're not forcing it this season.
See, the thing is that
awesome.
why I think racing is gonna be not just motocross, but all type of racing is really gonna start picking up because one, it's getting more popular, but there's no referee. Mm-hmm. Football referee, and you see that it's fake now. Yeah. You see basketball referee fake. Baseball referee. Everything has a referee. Racing, green flag, checker flag, done. The only time you get it is when it's blatant. Yeah. Nobody can just come out with a foul and say, No, it's blatantly you ran into it. You ran off the track. Yeah. You T-boned.
Yeah, you skipped the whoops.
There's no other way to say who won or who lost, and that's what's cool about it, right? So now MotoGP is getting big. Formula One's getting big. Bicycling's getting big. It's still racing, racing is racing. And I don't know, that's what I see in this world.
Yeah.
Well, dude, it was good times chatting with everyone.
Yeah.
Good time chatting with you, Rhino. Thanks.
I think so. I have to rewatch this motherfucker, but.
All right. You want to go eat some pot roast?
Let's go eat some pot roast. Yeah.
All right.
Smoke some pot. Eat
good
some
shit.
Pot roast, yeah.
All right, guys.
All right, dude.
Thank you, Rhino.
Yeah, thank you.
Everybody for listening to episode 6.
Yeah, thank you.
Friends.